Hi and welcome. My name is Katrina and this is our Vampire the Masquerade stream, Season 2, titled The Tower, A City in Peril, Episode 19. And as per usual, I would like to introduce my beautiful players as well as the characters.
Hi, I'm Marianne. Play Siobhan Price. And I don't have a clue. Toreador, 10th generation.
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm playing Christopher Masters, our 10th generation Ventru.
Hello, my name is Örjan, and I play the role of Sean. And I'm vaccinated.
Hey!
If you should, I'm not jealous at all.
No, F you.
I think I now have the ability to connect to 5G.
Hey!
Still searching for connection.
Really?
No. I don't want to be to be online always. Yes, I do. All the cat videos.
Oh, no, owls, baby owls. You haven't lived.
Baby owls.
No, miniature donkeys. You have not lived until you watched hours of miniature donkeys.
No, I'm still on that German photographer who poses owls and dog pictures together. She runs an owl.
I love her.
Thing. Yeah.
I wish I was her.
Yes.
I wish I was her right now.
Owls and dogs makes happy.
I feel great.
Just remember that owls are not what they seem.
All right, we're normal. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Typical vampire
yes,
session.
Yes, grr. Well, last time
We're owls?
you were all owls,
Sorry.
and we are playing something completely different from now on. Go. No. Last time we are playing clearly a night that never wants to end.
The third night.
The third night. We're still on the Friday. And the little courtier, I can't say it.
Coterie.
It's
the coat?
Coterie.
With a re.
Coterie.
Or you can like goat to
Coterie. The coterie.
Coterie.
Still, well, back at the garage after a little rendezvous with said scary ass hunters, and they had cryptic information given by Trixie, aka whatever the hell she really is.
Or whatever.
And now the night is finally, well, ending. Well, hopefully ending. It's Friday. It's a bit.
It's been a night.
It's been a night, but I'm gonna let you do your farewells to each other before you need to go Betty bye, so you don't get crispy chickens in the sun. So we're going to go straight into the scene as you have your last minutes together before you leave. Or go to bed in, not the jacuzzi yet, sure. Straight in.
I think I'm still on the couch and I'm still kind of just like soothing / taking care of Trixie because, I don't know, she didn't like what we did.
Dawn is coming soon.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Late. Or early. The age-old philosophical question.
I completely forgot to tell Diana. Fuck.
Tell
I guess
what?
I was supposed to be there.
Well, I think we're all excused for those kind of things.
We have been bound to wherever we are.
We've been locked up here all night on the orders of the prince.
I mean, no offense, Sean, but I would actually like to take Trixie home instead of cooping up with you in your closet or tub. I don't know.
Well, you can
It's
choose.
not quite my scene.
I always thought you were a hot tub girl. No?
Not with you. No offense.
She's British, not Florida.
I take medium offense.
Well, you're deeming it's going to be fairly safe to return to your own domains.
I'll crash here if it's okay
Your
by
domain
you,
is your
Sean.
own, so... Come again?
I'll crash here if it's okay by you.
Yeah, of course.
Trixie, are you You okay with coming back with me?
Yep.
I'll send Diana a text as we leave. And just saying, catch up with you tomorrow. The night had unforeseen events, as you know. Love, Shiv. Yeah.
Well, you don't get any reply as of yet.
But yeah, I'll take my car and I'll drive with Trixie home.
Do you boys have any last conversations before you dive into your unnatural sleep?
Oh, I think that this night needs to be digested, so I think it's just chit chat.
Yeah. Many big questions, many riddles still to, well,
yeah,
lots of clues to pick there to get, connect and find out of. It's like we're starting to get a bit of piece of a corner of the jigsaw puzzles, some of the middle, but still isn't any comprehensive, clear picture.
Yeah, we got a lot of the sky and very little of the castle.
Very true. Well, Shiv, I'm guessing you're going to the Velvet Rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you enter, you see the venue now has changed quite a bit. And it's quite beautifully rendered in the vision you had for the upcoming event on the Sunday.
Very beautiful vision.
Well, according to her, and you are Toreador, this is pleasing to you.
Yeah.
Teresa has really, proven her value.
Yeah. I think even though I don't know how hopeful I am that the event on Sunday will occur. Let's see how the hunters come through and what the powers that be deem it. Yeah.
Do you do anything else before you find slumber?
Well, I will definitely write in my diary, do some art stuff. But I think no, I think she's just very caught up in the thoughts of what was said earlier this night. Trixie, feel free to sleep in his my bed if you want.
For a minute, she's been standing, not really doing anything in the middle of the most used, common room, the living room. She looks confused for a minute. She looks at the overall she's wearing.
I'll go over to her. You didn't want to come?
She looks at you. Her eyes look a bit different. Where did my dress go, young one?
Who am I speaking to?
These clothes are strange to me, and I don't know them.
Your dress, it's not here. It's at Sean's, our friends.
Do you think perhaps I would get it back?
I will make sure of it, of course.
Oh, I'm ever so grateful. You see, it's quite dear to me. I know it's but a thing of cloth and thread, but it was given to me, you see.
By who?
No, she acts coy, almost like blushing. No, my dearest, my sweetest. And it would be terribly rude to misplace this, don't you think? She grabs your hand.
Of course, but we will wash it and clean it before delivering it back.
Oh, you're ever so kind. I shall worry no more then, and find sleep.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think I'm quite well. Yes. Well, beauty sleep and all that.
Of course.
Sleep tight, young thing.
Thank you, you too.
Bestest of dreams. Dream of unicorns and fairies and waterfalls. Oh, I do love waterfalls.
I wish I could dream like that.
Oh, there's a trick to it. I might teach you one day.
Please. I would be most appreciative.
She kisses your hand gently as he lets it go and walks quite elegantly towards the other bedroom.
What eye colors is
It's an extremely, almost translucent jade green.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'll
Well, if she needs to think what she just saw, feel free.
No, I think. Yeah. I'll take a minute, and wait till she's kind of. Yeah. And then. I'll go to bed as well.
Trying to make sense of a Malkav is, well.
It's interesting.
Especially this one.
Yeah, good luck. Happy hunting. All right. As you are entering your unnatural sleep, the storm seems to be passing. You hear light thunder in the distant horizon as sleep calls. And finally, we're done with the Friday. Yay! May you all please do a rouse check for me.
Yep, I'm one step towards hungrier.
You're always a hungry hippo. Every hungry hippo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Me too. Roll a 5. One short. The beast is growing hungry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Feed me.
Because that was also on her shift's to-do list the night before. She didn't get to it.
You got 3 now?
Yes.
Good times.
I don't like it.
You're only meeting.
You all, you all arise with your beasts in their different forms, shaking in your dead flesh cave and the prison the beast is kept. And you're very aware that you might not deal with this night as calm and collected as you would love to if you don't indulge with this need.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'll gamble that I'm able to keep 2 on the wraps, but...
So, for sad to say for Christopher because of his feeding restriction, I will never ever take it easy on him. You other two have an easier go at it. You don't have to necessarily play.
No, but I'm going hunting with the elder this night.
You are.
So the beast is actually welcome. I just tell it to relax. We're going hunting this night.
Yes, you feel actually it feels okay to lean into it a bit. Like you don't run away for the feeling of the hunger.
No.
It's okay.
Absolutely.
You're gonna let it loose, so it's all right. For Siobhan, on the other hand,
Yeah, I still don't. Marianne is not, but Shiv is definitely. We're not used to having to do this, so.
Well, as you wake, but moments later you hear a rap tapping on your chamber door. Well, more on the apartment.
I'll hurry out of bed and open it.
You see Teresa stands there.
Hey.
Hi. She looks you up and down. Okay. Are we okay?
I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Oh.
Do you wanted some?
Yes, but I need you clear-headed and able-bodied. Miss Price, are you hungry?
Yes. I am a little peckish.
Well, I am more than willing to offer some of...
Oh.
If it's of your taste. If not, please excuse me.
I'll just grab her hand and lead her to a certain room.
So, okay. She like drops a file of facts and a phone and a stack of other things. She's like, oh, we're doing it now. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yep. Did you say play it out?
oh my God! How X-rated are we talking here? Are we?
No. Well, I mean, with the whole siren bit, it's kind of like
coasts with the territory.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I have to coaster her up a little.
Oh well, she is like, oh gosh, like leaning into it. This is unexpected. I'm not complaining. She's all for it.
Feel free to stop me if need be.
This is perfectly fine. This is. You see her eyes sparkle, and clearly you can smell the adrenaline and endorphins like literally pumping from her being, and it's intoxicating. She is unexpectedly very thrilled by this experience, and this is not calming down the beast.
No. So yeah, I'll have my way with her.
Clearly, she's like a full service kind of girl. So
obviously, I don't think she expected that, and let's do the repercussions later on.
Job of a ghoul, really. How much do you take? Oh, you can only take down 2.
Yeah. Well, how much is appropriate towards someone that you need to have clear-minded, a clear head?
Well, 2 it should not be a problem. She is a ghoul after all, so she has healing capabilities, and she should be perfectly fine.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do 2. Okay.
Well, bed is disheveled, clothes are being picked up, and she's okay. She's flushed. Well, Miss Price, always happy to serve my mistress. Yes. I'm gonna give you a minute to get dressed and sort yourself out. I've been given a message. You see, it seems like the curfew that has been put on the society has been lifted.
Oh.
But there has been stated another alarm.
Right.
Not as so severe, but to be on an extreme lookout for the hunters?
Oh. Yes. Well, thank you.
Of course. And I hope
for everything.
Not to worry. And I hope you're happy with all the arrangements. As far as I know, Sunday is still a go?
I haven't heard anything else, so I hope so. I assume so.
Well, then we are, until they pull the plug, we are go.
We might have, if everything is a go, we might have a guest here tonight.
Of course.
Just so you are not alarmed if you suddenly walk in on someone new.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Well, there are amples of bedrooms in the apartment. I'm sure this is where this individual is being guests.
For tonight, I think, yes.
Sure. Good to know. Right. I'm gonna get back to it. If you need me, I will be at here for the rest of the night.
I'll speak with you later.
Sure. Okay. Telephone. Choose. She starts scrambling for her stuff.
Sorry, Teresa. I don't say that. I'll actually try the trick that Sean was talking about and getting a warm shower. And also doing a little contemplating on what the fuck just happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also see that you have a message on your phone from Diana saying that she will eagerly wait your arrival at her domain.
Yeah.
Much to discuss, it says.
Yeah, after I've done my shower and maybe crying and maybe contemplating on whatever else Shiv might do, I'll...
Who had the phone for the crow? That was Christopher.
The
no,
number,
she
you
gave me
mean,
the
or...
number. She still has it. I just copied the number from her phone.
Yeah. You also see there's a message from the crow on the burner number.
Chris has the burner. I have my own.
Well, then it's on the burner. It states, "It seems we are in the clear."
Good. Introductions tonight as planned.
It replies quite quickly. Everything then will go as planned.
Excellent. Let's send her to Shiv's. We'll meet there.
Excellent.
And after Chris has answered that, I gotta swing back home for a minute, Sean. I have some.
I'm probably heading out to my clan elder to go hunting before.
You know you're gonna go to the wooded domain,
Yeah.
the reservoir, and you know you're gonna be away for
The
at
night.
least the entire Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm completely off the board today. I'll go digging for some info from that old geezer before he leaves.
good. Be careful.
Because he has no love left for the city. No love left for anyone. No love. No reason to not tell anything, I think.
I do not know much about your clan's inner workings, Sean, but your blood marks you as an important one, so be careful if there's any ambition lingering amongst the others of the clan.
Well, the others have left.
Oh.
Well, they've left for the reservoir
Yeah.
because they need. Well, you know this, Sean. They're gonna
Yeah.
stand without an elder or
Yeah.
a primogen.
Yeah, and also they don't care for the politics in the city right now.
No.
So, for all intended purposes, they have left.
Chris goes inside his inner monologue to Chris goes, that simplifies a few things. Well, anyway, take care. And as he leaves, he thinks, if it'd been him invited to go out into the Pine Barrens, he'd be shitting himself. He knows how that would end. Not be a one-way trip.
With his Italian shoes and his jacket.
But,
The Pine Barrens, that means the Pine Box. That means 6 foot deep, if you're lucky.
Well, like a mobster in their Italian like suede shoes in the woods. If you ever seen Sopranos, they don't particularly like it.
Nope.
particularly
Then
not
you
if
go
they're
from
there with an
chauffeur
interior
to
decorator.
passenger.
But yeah, so he'll swim back into his sire's old home to have a shower and change into another good-looking suit.
Well, you obviously you see Miss Fairchild is. I have been terrified.
Yes, we were confined by the prince, ordered by the princess. They put wherever we were.
Yeah, she came rushing towards you, but then almost like composed herself and it's like,
And
oh,
he,
yeah,
like,
we do not
for,
hug.
like for a second, he didn't really want to go back home last night because he still had that sort of resentment towards her for bringing up memories of his sire. But when he sees her coming running towards him, he that part, like looking at her as Miss Masters is gone, you see us as her. Initially, he's like he's glad, and then he sort of checks himself before he shows any emotion, like what's going on. And yes, and I was stranded without the ability to communicate.
I understood. The message came through here as well, to stay put, and be, just waiting.
Yeah. Any other news? As I said, we've been rather stuck without any outside communications, as we've shown.
There is, well, I was told, because JJ called the house, to please make sure that you called her.
Okay,
I'm not privy to all the information, so she deemed it necessary that she spoke directly to you.
Okay, I'll call her as soon as I've changed all yesterday's clothes and had a shower.
I'll get your clothes ready for you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Masters.
And I'm sorry for not checking in, but like I said, we were caught in captured audience, to put it like that.
No need to apologize. I'm just thrilled that you're
Excellent.
safe.
And then I'll go and shower and change, and then I'll call JJ.
The phone picks up after 2 rings, and you hear JJ saying, "Christopher?"
Yes. I just got home.
Things this night, this Friday, it's been a clusterfuck.
Yes, I understood it was. I got some information, but not much. I understand there was other one we talked to didn't really talk to anyone else at all, except for the ones that I were locked in with, and we were all locked in together, so we did not get any much further information.
Well, I'm also thrilled that you are safe, all 3 of you. It seems now that the sheriff is 100% convinced that this was a hunter attack.
Well, that's scary. If they've grown that efficient and sneaky, no one would be safe.
It seems like he has created, he wants to create a tactical team to start now figuring out how to take the hunters out.
Well, I'm sure he's capable of handling that. After all, within his responsibilities.
It is his wheelhouse.
But let's just hope, for everyone's sake, that he can be discreet, because the last thing we'd want to do is attract any more attention to our kind. That'll just bring more of them.
Of course.
Like moths to the flame.
He is known for his discretion and his quietness. I've been asked also to give him whatever information and counsel I have, since we have had dealings with them.
Well, like I said, I believe we know where, like you said, we know where the general area. My sources have not uncovered any further information yet, but it seems to me that they are using they have some extensive street knowledge. They're streetwise. They know the ins and outs of the underworld of this, or the back streets and the dark corners of the city quite well.
Yes, he's been umping up now, his version of surveillance, to see if we can sniff out something. I also been told that we should not, this is the prince's words, seem weak and back off for any threat.
Also tell him they have uncanny powers.
Oh, we know this.
But I believe, you experienced it. You were there, but we were totally. It stretches more than just being able to freeze us in our tracks.
Well, that's why it's very clearly been a hunter attack. Whoever got Mr. Burhan, clearly he was not able to defend himself.
And also
So these hunters seem to have these powers.
And also, if we truly do have a seer, someone who can divine, that can explain how they found him and found a way to avoid detection and slip in unnoticed. And if that is the case, then, who among us can say we are safe? I'd suggest that we try to avoid too many habits. Don't change things up, JJ. Don't spend too much time in the same places. Don't travel, take the same roads. Don't use the same car.
I know, but also at the same time, these is the prince's words, and everybody will be told them. He wants us to stay strong, not weak, not back off.
There's a difference between strong and dead. Play it smart.
I know, but these are not my words, Christopher. This is your grandsire's wishes. As far as I know, all events are going on as planned.
Well, that's fine. But like I said, let's say your normal meeting would be take you one route, just drive another way there. That's prudence. That's not we should banning off. That's
It's just like, I've lived for X amount of years. I am an enforcer. Yeah. This ain't my first rodeo.
No, but
He's like, cute, thanks.
But of course, yeah. But the point is that Chris knows that they're gonna make an example of someone. He doesn't really want to put her. He really doesn't want JJ to be one of those who gets sacrificed for the greater good of the city.
Well, that's then he needs to protect her.
Yeah, and that means keeping her out of the limelight and pushing someone else in.
Yeah.
But
for this night, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be off the grid this night because the sheriff has called me in to be a part of a team that's gonna start clearing certain parts of the city.
Excellent. One other thing though. I still should. I mean, what we talked about, or the developments of the vigil.
I know.
I should talk to him. He should hear my counsel.
You should.
I tried yesterday, but I was waylaid and put on hold by the new arrivals. So I'll try again tonight to see if I could possibly reach him.
And you have claim.
And
well, he's stated very clearly he's not about weakness at the minute, Christopher. If you want something, my recommendation is you have to take it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna appeal to his weakness. What I am though is even more sure than before that this hidden enemy, whoever it is someone from his past. That is
very frightening.
It is someone he has angered at one point or another. Someone.
You feel like this is something you want to bring up with him in these times?
I'm afraid that if doing it would send him even more paranoid, but I'm also afraid that if he keeps thinking that this is merely some political ploy, some power grab, he'll not be able to react accordingly.
Tread carefully,
I will.
Christopher, please.
But there's nothing more you could tell us, is there? Have you any idea, any more clearing who could possibly be from the old country that would want this vengeance upon him?
I've told you what you know of the. I wasn't there. I haven't been privy to the information.
Would either Sean's or Shiv's sire, perhaps the grandsires, perhaps know this?
They were there. If any would know, they would for sure.
Well, let's hope that they perhaps can broach the subject with their grandsires, and then I'll keep my mouth closed for now until it's the last resort.
I do not want to push our dear prince into a more complicated position out of paranoia. I want him to collect himself and do the right thing for us.
Who are you certain of would support him if push comes to shove as things stand now? I know little of. I know that Brew have no love for him. I know that the Gangwell is tired of the politics and wishes nothing to do with it. But how does the Malkavians stand?
Oh, they are loyalists.
They seemed to see the benefit of outside assistance in our troubled times.
They are very rational and always been loyal to the prince of this.
And the Nosferatu?
They are loyal.
Each and every one?
As far as I know, yes.
Well, that should be enough.
This is the peculiar thing. The gangrels have always also been loyal.
So something has recently soured that.
The Toreador also. The city has always been powerful because of this, almost like across bloodlines and across clans, it's been standing firmly in the same belief that the city needs to be strong. These days, what we're having now, it's not common. This is not our nights, Christopher.
Like I said, this only lends credence to my belief that a long and insidious plan is coming to fruition. Someone has been working for a very long time, moving pieces around to sour this city and turn it into disarray.
This scares me. These words you speak of, this scares me. I don't scare easily. I love this city. And I loved Ophelia. Like she was my own.
At the very...
And she loved this city. And this is her legacy, and you are her legacy.
As it's...
I will not let this city burn, and I will not give it to the Anarchs, the Sabbat, or anyone.
If the Anarchs are making a move or some way involved with this, they would either be opportunistic by opportunity by the weakening of this, or it might even be part of this hidden enemy's plan to chip away at the power base, to have red herrings popping up.
Make us turn on each other.
Exactly.
Like rabid dogs.
What could possibly the Anarchs offer to anyone here that would be appealing, other than a change of, well, regime?
Power. It's always power, Christopher.
Yeah, but then it would be...
If anybody dressed it up as anything else, they are selling you fool's gold. It is always power.
But who is it who would become more powerful in that sense? It certainly is not it's not our clan, we know that for sure, and it certainly does not seem that either especially not the Nosferatu, they already have some of the most powerful officers in the city.
What they believe in is different than the structure of the Camarilla. They don't believe in a united front. They would divide the city into small little domains and let little barons and warlords fight among themselves. It will not be the utopia that Ophelia dreamt of.
We're looking for the capos. Indeed. The little barons, the ones who wants to be a big fish in a small pond. It's not the Primogen initially then that would be the most likely turncoats there. It would be those with opportunity to become powerful within their own rights in their own part of the city. Interesting. That is food for thought. That's definitely food for thought.
I'm happy you're using that interesting brain of yours, Christopher. Take care it doesn't get you into more trouble than it already has.
Oh, I believe that the trouble I am in more or less solely because of the blood that courses through my veins. But also I do not believe that we were foreseen. We are, let's say, if not aces in the up someone's sleeves, we definitely are jokers and wild cards. Take care on this little field trip of yours.
And stay safe, Christopher. As I said, I will not be able to come to your aid this night.
With the exception of meeting with the prince, I have very little else planned. I'll keep myself safe.
Please do.
And good night. And I'll hang up. I know I gave my telephone number to KitKat, but we didn't get any way of contacting the hunters. That seems like a...
I think Cal said he would get a hold of you if he needed you. Kinda.
It's more that we should warn them, but okay, if they are so certain they can take care of themselves, then they can take care of themselves. Okay, I'll call Shiv up next.
Well, as she is getting ready, and because I'm a girl and I want to know what she's dressed as, this is Saturday.
Before or after the call?
When she's out of the shower, she
has a a very, very short leather, kind of pleated, pleated?
Plaited?
Like, yeah, mini skirt and a oversized black. Let's call it a wool sweater. Yeah. And boots over, like, just slightly above her knees.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Saturday, after all.
Yeah. You don't see Trixie in the house anyway. Not a shocker. She comes and goes.
Mm.
And your phone rings.
Look at it, see it's Chris, I guess. Hi.
Good evening.
Morning.
I'm assuming that's me, yeah.
Evening.
Is it okay if I come over now? I've talked to the crow today and everything's going ahead as planned. I suggested that we meet at your place before we take her to the prince.
Oh, I didn't think I was participating in that.
No, you don't have to be participating in the introduction, but we should talk before we should all meet and talk before we have the
I am on my way to Diana's, but I guess I can postpone a little while.
Well, if you wait till I come over there, I can wait and greet them, and you can go to Diana. It's not 100% necessary for all of three of us to meet. Just I would like to meet her before we go to the prince.
Whatever makes you.
And I didn't particularly wanted to be seen around the city with her other places. If you understand what I mean, it would seem strange if she'd come to my place.
Yes, of course. Well, sure. I'll let them know you're coming.
Excellent.
See you soon.
I'm on my way now.
Okay, good. I'll just let Diana know and I'll be here.
Excellent.
You send a message that she didn't really give you a specific time,
No.
but you say I'll be there in an
X
hour.
amount. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. As Christopher, are you heading out? You see again Miss Fairchild.
Yes.
Is anything else you need from me?
No. Yeah, I think that is be all tonight. If you just keep at the things we've been talking about, tracking down the information we need and fixing a little whirlwind romance. Gives us more.
I am still
Excellent.
on it.
And stay safe.
But by the way, there was a woman here during the day. Said she was your cousin.
My cousin. You have to describe it for me. Being Italian, I have quite a few.
She wore a hat. I couldn't really see her hair. She wore a suit, quite gaunt. She said her name was Nina.
Nina.
And she said she would see you soon.
If she shows
Have
up...
you given this address to your mundane life?
If this person shows up again, call me and invite them in to wait.
Of course.
Get me there as soon as possible. And after we have done that, leave the building.
Okay. Of course. Mr. Masters, as you wish.
What sort of suit did you put out for me? Since I'm not dressing myself.
This is gonna be a grey pinstripe, light blue shirt, and a bit darker blue tie.
Periwinkle blue.
Periwinkle blue.
Okay.
Royal.
Yep, and I'll drive over to Shiv's place, contemplating how best to deal with this pesky little Russian problem.
Before he comes, just how many people are at the club as of now? Is it a lot of people? Or
You have 4 people at the minute.
Okay.
stocking the bar, doing the decorations. All of them, Teresa said, they have been cleared, but they are humans.
It's just because I'm just contemplating what Cal was saying the night before, that the velvet rope is, that it has a lot of memories within its walls. So I was just wondering if I should clear out the main room for a couple of minutes, maybe 15, and do a little premonition.
Well, yes, premonition. How far back in time can you go?
Oh, I have no clue, and I don't think it says.
Because you might be hit with a brick
wall. It doesn't say at all. Nope. I don't know if there is anyone that has the PDF or has any search possibilities, because I have no clue.
You have the book?
Yeah.
The burp?
The book doesn't describe it. It just says that that the premonition can be raised hackles, sudden inspiration, or even vivid visions.
I just need to...
Well, never too precise. His visions can
yeah.
nudge. Yeah, 249.
What you are looking for, I don't think this power will give you.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm looking for. I think that's the whole...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I don't have anything.
I'm just gonna... Yeah. We might revisit that feeling. I'm just gonna, when we have a break, I'm gonna read it a bit more closely, so we do it correctly.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm not saying we're not gonna do it. I just want to have...
That's
two seconds.
Yeah, because it's properly. A little unclear for me as well.
It's very aloof how it's described. I'm just gonna see if it makes sense to the game mechanics of how we play it.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to take it away, I just want to make sure we're doing it as close to the power as possible. But she's thinking about it. We can say she's gonna revisit that notion.
Yeah.
But as she's thinking of maybe getting the people out, this is the moment Christopher comes there.
Yeah.
In his grey power suit. Royal blue tie.
Looking sharp, Christopher.
Thank you. I have a good help picking out the suits.
Yeah, I was about to say this is not your style. Looks good on you though.
Great, yeah, and you look spectacular yourself, if I might so say. Well,
I was never a fan of black before, but I understand the appeal now.
So, as a favor to you, let's just quickly go over this once more. You have hired her as entertainment to be one of the dancers. Is that understood? And she would like to settle in the city for a time being, for a while.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know, because they had some ideas, or they had something cooked up, I believe. So I'm not quite sure what her background.
Well, we'll see.
What they're giving her.
I probably shouldn't be privy to the background anyway. That will be between her and the prince in that matter. And the important is more that I'll take along to the prince to introduce her as a favor to you, because of my relationship with him, and she will be performing at your grand reopening. That part is really the only.
Yeah, if that is still even on, but I expect
yes, it is.
According
to the prince, there will be shown no weakness, and all functions and all daily life will continue as planned. Probably security would be beefed up a bit, but nothing will be cancelled. So... Nothing, no weakness shown, and no. Yeah.
I guess they came through then.
Yes, they are quite. They are convinced that it was the hunters who were behind this. As I understand, the sheriff is putting together a strike force to hunt them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Don't
Cool.
care. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah.
Shortly after when you arrive there, you just get a message from the crow saying, is it possible when we arrive, we'll be there in like 10 minutes, to get into the building? I think I have been told there is a garage.
I'll hand the phone over to Shiv. She can arrange for the garage doors to be opened.
Yeah. I'll just say, of course.
Were you finished with your discussion, or did you want to...
Yeah, no, the only thing Chris can add, yeah. My one thing thought about that is I'm uncertain these, well, maybe they do, but these hunters are driven by something completely different than what our kind generally is. Doesn't appear to be hunger or power. They are fighting for a cause. And people who fight for causes are always dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the girl, but I have no love for that cow.
He gave you no love.
I think that is quite mutual. A means to an end, Shiv, means to an end.
You can always take him out later.
Such a... For someone preaching that he wants to help humans, where were he when we died?
Fair point.
Was it? I think, remember, as a player, didn't someone comment to it, it's too late? Was that Trixie? No. Was someone made some sort of comment that they were too late in regards to us at some point? I'm quite sure of it. It might not have been to us. It might have just been one of those little storyteller-driven comments. I remember, but I distinctly remember someone lamenting just that.
Kitty Cat.
Might
I
have
think
been.
she apologized to Sean, didn't she?
She might, yeah.
She said to him, I was
Yeah.
too late, I'm sorry. I think
Yeah, I think she did say that.
She
yeah.
did.
Yeah. But it means nothing. You still died. They failed.
Exactly. Bastards.
We'll go meet them.
More moments later, you you get a text message where you are with the garage, and you need to buzz them in.
Yeah, and I will.
You
I'll meet them there, obviously.
Yeah. You see the crow, and he's in his not scary face, in his more like humanoid appearance.
Yeah. Welcome.
And Sakura looks divine. She is dressed in almost like Japanese red, like the sun. Silk kimono, silk dress bodysuit. She's very covered. Her hands are covered. She's wearing a more deep dark red face piece with jewels on it. And her hair is beautifully put up. And there are the pins with dragon heads and gems of them. She looks like a Toreador's wet dream. She's over the top stylized. There is a massive golden dragon on the back of the dress, like the kimono. If you didn't know any better, dear Shiv, you would say this is a clan sister. The only thing that is off is the blind eyes. But everything else, you were like, yep. You look amazing.
Mm. I'll welcome them in.
She bows.
I'll bow back to her.
I'll courteously, I'll hang back a couple of 3 or 4 meters behind Shiv.
The crow stepped forward first. I'm happy everything went well. For sure, the Queen of Bones is now in a bit of a knot. Don't worry, it will not fall on you. I've given her a paper trail, if you like, that would lead her into absolute confusion.
Because her pet, she recognized me.
Do not concern yourself with this. All of this is taken care of.
Glad to hear it, because it wasn't quite what I expected.
I'm glad you're safe. I told you there would be some heavy lifting, Miss Price.
More like heavy shoeing.
I think next time we'll do any dealings, I'll be a little bit more precise on the details.
Well, we are now getting to our part of the deal.
True. Look to Chris.
Well, I'm heading to the Princess Manor tonight to seek an audience. My suggestion is that I've been asked by Shiv, as a favor to her, to bring one of the artists that she has hired in for the grand reopening of the Velvet Rope to introduce herself to the prince and to ask for hospitality and to be allowed to be a guest of the city. I believe it will go fine. The prince himself, after horrifying events last night, has declared that there should be shown no weakness, that daily life should go on as before, as if nothing has happened. Meaning he will not be using yesterday's attack as an excuse to break protocol, and will feel forced to keep his word and grant
Again,
hospitality.
I feel he is terrified of showing weakness to show a pink belly, so to speak.
Exactly.
That this has not rocked his full steam ahead kind of attitude.
Precisely. So we shouldn't run into
Good for us.
But of course it might mean that closer eyes than normal will be kept on Sakura. So give them no reason to question.
She's perfectly trained, and her background story will check out beautifully.
Excellent.
Her name is Kim Yao.
Kim Yao.
She's the Ruby Spider.
Excellent.
And from what city does she hail?
She hails from all the way from Tokyo.
Suitably far away, and also suitably...
Well, this...
Her lineage is the House of the Red Sun.
I am to see...
Which is very beneficial, since that house is at this minute extinct.
And how would this information fare with Diana?
She knows the House of the Red Sun. She knows the peculiarness of that house. They chose individuals not necessarily only for physical beauty, but beauty in the art. So her having an unpleasant disfigurement, she will show in beauty and perfection in her art. This house is known for this.
But she wouldn't question it, as you say, their instinct.
Well, Diana is a clever beast. I hope
I expect
you
no
will
less.
convince her to look not deep.
I'll try my best.
You can have other questions and topics to distract her with, Shiv.
Oh, definitely.
She comes bearing gift for Diana as well, as protocol. Hopefully this will lure her either way.
I believe that it would be customary for her to meet Diana after she has introduced herself to the prince. So
we would prefer it, if possible, to do this early on Sunday.
I think that would
when
be
there's
best.
Festivities and distractions. When eyes are not so focused on her alone.
Sounds like a good idea. Plus, we have no idea how long it will take us waiting at the prince before he grants it an audience.
So if this could be arranged, we think this will be the best way forward for her. For this ruse to keep.
I will make it so.
Beautiful.
I'll
And
let
for
you know.
the boons and the quests, we will work at it immediately, and we will talk very soon.
Excellent.
From this point on, we do not know each other in this way, and I do not know my child.
One last thing, though. With this hunter situation in the city, tread carefully.
Very much so.
If they can...
I generally don't try to make myself a target, Mr. Masters. I do like my shadowy existence. I'm only sticking my neck out because of my child needs a place in the world.
Exactly.
I know we discussed it briefly. Of course, she is more than welcome to stay here for some time. But I think we need to talk about house arrangement at some point.
We shall definitely revisit that. Of course, I understand, Miss Price. He turns to Sakura. He looks at her like a father would look at a child. Proud. Worried. Almost like he's gonna stroke her cheek, but instead he bows. And he gets in the car and he leaves.
Well, did I pronounce your name correctly? And I look at her for like to clear up.
Kim Yao.
Kim Yao.
Ruby Spider.
After you've seen the prince,
I will.
would you come back here?
If you so like it, Miss Price.
I'll give her my number. I'm guessing she has a phone.
She a modern fucking Aussie.
Latest of the assembly line from Japan.
Yeah.
So this like 97, 96, 96? Is that Siemens Ericsson? Is that before the merger?
Nokia. No?
No,
All right.
No, both exist
yeah,
at that
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Just the different
Yeah.
levels of.
but
So what's gonna happen now is Christopher is taking Sakura, aka Kim Yao,
Ruby Spider.
the Ruby Spider, to the
Yep.
prince. Shiv is making her way to Diana. The camera's gonna pan out because Sean has been traveling for quite a bit to get to the reservoir.
On his Vespa.
No!
Yes.
Vespa so far?
Yeah.
That's far.
Would you take like one of your cooler motor?
Now it's Vespa. My uncle actually
Jesus.
traveled from
You're doing it
Oslo,
to
1,300 kilometers up north with his wife to be. This was in the 60s, I think.
Christopher approves. Italians is best.
Yeah. Yes, and it is 150cc Vespa, so it does 130 kilometers an hour.
That's freaking nuts.
Yeah. So Vespa is.
You've been here before.
I
Yes,
have.
because you did the burial. You get to where the herd is. You see actually Muriel and Bob the dog are sitting not close to a fire pit for the humans and the ghouls and the dogs that roam around. They're sitting a bit further back. They're sitting on an old pickup that rusted and like dying into the ground.
Yeah. Hate when
The
that
woods and
happens.
the moon is the beautiful backdrop. As you come on your Vespa, you see Bob the dog jumps down and he comes towards you with a big grin.
Bob.
It's not something you see every day, Sean, my boy. A
You
gangrel on a Vespa. And he laughs a laugh that just like lingers in the air.
Now it's a thing.
It's a thing. Maybe we all should get Vespas.
Well, if it's good enough for the special forces of France, it's good enough for anyone.
It's just because Bob the dog he's big. I'm not really sure how I would fit on the thing.
I have no idea either. You're a big fella.
I am. I'm glad to see you. We cured of the struggles of the city.
Yeah. The seneschal is,
Murdered.
yeah, undead.
Do we know who did the dirty deed?
They say it's the hunters.
Really?
Yeah.
He says. I would think it'd be one of the other venturers.
But then why the seneschal?
Well, it's to position themselves. Aren't there 2 new blue bloods roaming the city without a position?
There are, and apparently
Aren't they all about make room?
I have no
Lob
idea
a head off,
what they're
move in.
all about. To be honest, their power struggles are their power struggles.
It's none concern of us anymore.
Yeah.
Right now, we are concerned of our own family. Your grandsire seeks your
I know.
audience.
That's why I'm here.
3 or 4 kilometers into the woods, you will find them.
All right.
Strip yourself of modern things, you will not need it.
Well, not much modern in this outfit.
You see Muriel comes over and she hugs you gently.
I hug her
Cups
back.
your cheek for a second. Oh, Dishon.
Ma'am,
I am so glad not to be in the city when the city is bleeding in the streets, no?
well, I've got to protect mine.
You do, and we will not stay here forever. But right now we think to stay in the city when it's eating itself is not good for us and our family. She points to the human herd.
Of course. I think you did the smart move.
Worse is yet to come, I think. Sean.
Oh, I think so, definitely.
And we need to find out rank in our own family as well. But before such talks, you go find your grandfather, no?
I will.
She looks again at the Vespa. It's a strange thing you choose, Sean. You're very strange, Gangrel.
I prefer to keep even you on your toes.
Yes, you are quite a conundrum.
Street wolf.
Very. It smells different. She almost like she reaches her hand out for you to basically strip down to your pants. Belt, shirt.
Yeah.
Everything off.
Everything off. Put everything under the seat of the Vespa. To keep it dry.
You need to hunt. You need to find your grandfather.
I run.
And when she says hunt, she doesn't say go get yourself a buck. There are hunters in them woods. There are hunters camping in them woods. She says hunt. You cannot sustain yourself on animal blood if you don't have that gift.
No, I don't have that gift, so I...
Then you cannot. So you need the human woods. As you step into the woods and you feel the earth and the grass beneath your feet, there is a calmness that you haven't sensed in quite some time. Because you are a city gangrel and concrete can feel just as beautiful to you. This right now feels right.
What's the weather like?
This is clear after the storm. The sky is deep, dark, blue-black.
Yeah, and then you have that smell
drizzled
of
with
wet
stars.
dirt,
Yeah,
wet earth.
it's yeah.
The wet leaves
It's
rotting.
coming towards fall, so you could see the color even in the darkness of the night.
Yeah, I turn on my my gangrel sight so my eyes glow in the dark.
You are almost taken back of the beauty of the night and the beauty of the woods. You can see the animals resting and night creatures roaming. You see their little heartbeats and their glowing eyes as they rustle around, and you feel kinship with some of them. The hunters of the night, the predators,
But also
looking for their prey.
Since this is so late in the fall, it smells of death.
The earth, not necessarily death.
Death and rebirth.
yeah, it's death and rebirth. It's like something has to die for something else to grow, and that feels just perfectly natural.
Yeah, it's
As your hunger and your hunt feels in this moment in time perfectly natural for you. To sniff the air, to search out your heartbeat of your prey.
Yeah.
Even though a scene queen, this is not common for your hunting.
No, this
Doesn't
is not
mean
my
you
scene.
won't. But this is asked of you. I would like you to do wits awareness. And do you get bonuses from your eyesight now?
I don't get penalties, I think.
No, well, that's super good.
Because I see as well in darkness as I do during... Oh no, that's wrong. Let me see. Wits awareness. Big fat one.
Big fat
No,
one.
I will do my willpower on
Do
that
a will.
one. And that is a critical success.
Oh, you get a critical.
Yeah.
Was it 1 red or 2 red?
1 red and 1 black and one normal
if it's
black.
only 1 red, you're good. Critical success, right?
Yeah. So it's 5 together.
Yeah, but it's only 1 red, so you don't lose.
Yeah, but that triggers a critical success. If you have one,
didn't we deem?
Yes.
If it's only 1,
yes,
it triggers it.
It says so clearly in the rules.
It says so. Okay, because we've been a little bit back and forth. If you needed 1 or 2,
You need 1.
we need 1. Okay.
It is clear, but it's no
clear.
masquerade here to be broken. So
no, so it doesn't really matter. So you
No.
go. You don't know. You're not going to take a stain. You're going to go.
I'm going to go into my into my more feral state and more enjoy.
Almost like you're running so fast that you almost feel like you're.
Yeah,
I'm
feeding the beast.
Oh, and also you can almost say you're getting like more of a focused vision.
Yeah,
like
tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision.
See.
And you
further.
further in you see a little campsite with some hunters. Almost like behind that you feel the presence of something old and great that you feel kinship with.
Yeah.
But you see the campsite. You see like the thunts of the blood almost glistening through the tents. Because they have, like, this is nighttime, they're sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, they're sleeping.
That's prey. Yeah, because they were hunting. They're not up.
Then I sneak in. I still sneak in. That's first I rouse the blood to heighten my dexterity. That was a 10, so that is good. That gives me a 4, 5, 6. And I spend another willpower point. The dice are not quite with me today.
I hate when that happens.
And that gives me a 5. A critical, not a messy one.
No, 5 successes.
Yeah.
For anybody that's seen the horror movies, like what's it called? Not the old one where they're scary in the bush.
There's
What's
a
it
lot of
called?
scary things.
Yeah, but the old one, that created a whole myth that they claimed it was true. Blair Witch Project, yeah. Like when these poor souls, if they were awake and look into the darkness of the woods around them,
I doubt they are.
They
woke.
just see glaring eyes of something. And it's not breathing, but it's almost panting, still moving slightly and moving so soft and controlled.
Yeah, it stepped just on the tip of my toes, stepping lightly.
Like stalking down the tent, creeping up. You find 2 hunters very much asleep.
Yeah.
Clearly, they've been enjoying a little bit of whiskey. The fire is you can just see the little bit of embers still giving not heat, but a little bit of light.
Yeah, just enough to heighten the sight even more.
The tent is slightly ajar open.
Small tent, big tent.
Medium size for 2 people.
Yeah. So I just open. I am sort of hovering.
Creepy as hell. This is like
Creepy
horror
as
movie
hell.
shit.
Yeah, but the beast is in charge now, and
They smell.
I'm down to 6 humanity, so.
Yeah, they smell all the goodness. Even though this is not your preferred hunting, this is still
No,
food.
and they smell a little bit about this American bourbon whiskey. Not too much.
But it's not about that. It's the ritual of the thing.
Yeah.
And the beast is content with that. It is still a hunt, and it's still food.
So I sink my teeth into an arm. I go for the inner
And how
part
much?
of.
Yeah.
I can only take one, as I only have 2 hunger.
Oh,
So I
well,
can
that's
only
not
take
that
one.
bad. So you slake your thirst,
Yeah.
lick the wound, and as you rise and you feel the blood, the warmthness of it, filling your very dead veins and the
Slight
cavities of your
tipsy.
body, it feels good. As you look up to almost like a little hill, you see the silhouette of your grandsire as he's staring down at you. He also only wearing like pants, bare-chested, barefooted. You get a sense of recognition, kinship, bloodship.
I start moving up towards that.
As you get close to him, you see he almost like he nods to run.
Yeah, then I run.
And you see, even in this old dog's, the quickness and the way he moves, almost like he's going full, like almost like wolf shape. He leads you to a small, not lake, but more of a, what you call it in English? Tjärn?
A pond.
A pond. Well, pond in the woods, which is still and beautiful. He stops. Almost goes out of this more wolf-like shape and turns into his more human attire.
Grandsire.
Grandchild. I'm glad you came. I'm also glad to be leaving.
I think, to be honest, it's a smart thing to do.
He sits saying, please sit with me.
I sit down on my knees.
I don't, and I haven't lived my life with regrets. I don't think that's a way of living. Undead or alive.
I think
But
it's
I
better
do-
to regret what you've done than it is to regret not to have done it.
Which comes to my point. This one regret I've had. Perhaps things would have been different if I gave my child this information. But since his life is now forfeited and gone, perhaps it might benefit you.
Speak of your wisdom, grandsire.
It's not so much wisdom as a confession, child. So you may not repeat it and learn from it.
Of course.
I've carried this secret, this stain on me for so many years I've lost the count. And I think if I don't confess, the curse of it all might even befall your head. and I wouldn't give you a fair chance to survive the night. I did not give this to Dean. I will not repeat that mistake.
Speak.
I think what is now happening is because what we did many, many years ago. We're going to cutscene actually, because they're going to two scenes are going to happen simultaneously. But before that, we're going to have a little break.
Okay.
But.
Break.
Welcome back from the break. We left off as Sean's grandsire was about to tell a tale. But before that, we're going to go over to Siobhan as she is entering Diana's domain.
Yes. Ring the doorbell.
You are greeted by one of her house ghouls.
I guess I'll just follow him to wherever Diana is.
Yeah, he takes you in to like the main hall. You haven't really seen it before, but now you see this, and you've lived here. But maybe there was a painting or tapestry, but you see there's an elevator. He pushes a button, the door opens. It's fairly small, it's for max 2 people. He just bows and leaves you. The door shuts and the elevator goes up. You enter what seems to be almost like a, not a greenhouse, but sort of on the top of the building. Where all her macaws are flying. There's beautiful greenery and plants. There's a divan. Again, all these beautiful carpets. And she's sitting there. Almost she looks a little bit faded, almost like the shine of her hair is a bit matted. She's dressed in a purple and blue, or very long kimono, and a black dress underneath. She's sitting looking at the horizon, at the moon.
I'll walk over and greet her.
She just gives you her hand, squeezes it, and says, "Sweetest grandchild, sit."
How are you?
My heart is heavy. Last night's events. Well, I don't think I can run from the past anymore.
Is it about what transpired in Germany?
You almost hear she gives a sad sigh. One of her white macaws is sitting close by her, and she gently sort of nudges us off so he flies and sits somewhere else. I tried, dearest grandchild, to remedy my sin, to leave a purer legacy with Aiden. I felt if I just chose wisely, raised him correctly, that maybe I would be washed clean somehow. But no. Time and fate wanted it differently, and I fear he got gobbled up by the thing we did.
I don't have the pieces, and I almost expect that I had to force them out of you tonight.
No. We kept quiet for so long, hoping that if we just did, maybe time would forget what we did. And we could leave when the time came, a better society and better versions of ourselves. Clearly, we were wrong.
Time does strange things. It allows for things to grow and fester. Sometimes it's forgotten, but sometimes it's strengthened. The feelings and thoughts.
I am not sure how and why all these terrible things are now occurring. But I know truly in my heart it is deeply connected to what we did. And I don't think you stand a fair chance in this world if you don't know. And maybe I will have perhaps some solace. Not forgiveness, I will not ask for it. But acceptance, perhaps. The camera splits as we see this beautiful greenhouse, and at the same time we're seeing this beautiful pond. And these two ancient things are going to confess to what they did many, many, many years before. Almost with the same voice, they start telling the tale of 4 upcoming kindreds. Creating a family and creating a future, a vision for the future. All different clans, all different strength, but with a deep understanding and love for one another. They were different from the older generations. They saw possibilities where others saw not. They ventured out. They found a city. There was a prince, and for a very long time he ruled well. One of them decided it was time for a new generation, and they all agreed this was good. And for a long time everything was good. Other came from other bloodlines, and those same bloodlines came. The city prospered. But then the prince, well, the best described it, he went mad. And from being a good king, a good prince that ruled with compassion and empathy for his subjects, he would rule with cruelty, vengeance, and no mercy. At the same time, the four of them, well, three of them, were very concerned because the child of the fourth, he displayed similarities to the prince's cruelty. And he would treat the subjects unkind and brutal, not abiding by the laws at all. So three of them, not necessarily agreeing, not necessarily wanting the same thing, but still decided something needed doing. A sacrifice needed to be made. So they conspired and they killed the prince. This didn't sit well, and the city turned into turmoil. And ghosts and more powerful creatures from the society didn't look well and with kind eyes towards the city, and something needed doing. They needed to blame someone, or the city itself would fall. So the three of them now, they looked towards the child of the fourth. He was suited as a scapegoat. It didn't sit well with all of them, but at least they would save the city and the society. Somehow this information got leaked. The grandsire of this child stepped in, pleaded, begged, schemed and manipulated, so the three turned on the fourth and blamed him instead. And he was put to the sun. Thinking they saved the city, they did not. The city never managed to heal itself of this secret and this treachery. The three did. And they think staying here, at one point this secret would leak. And they left, vowing to never speak of it, never talk of it. And the love they once had for each other, and the loyalty and the hopes for a strong city and a future fell bleak. They tell this tale, and I think you to understand who they speak of.
But who is the child of the fourth?
And coherence of the same voice say, well, that is none other than the Black Duke.
So he is the Duke we have been hearing whispers about. He is...
I am unsure. He took his name of his father, the Dark Duke.
Yeah. Are we sure that he's dead?
He went in the sun. It was different times, but we are sure of it.
100%.
He went into the sun.
You saw him burn.
We saw it, well, as best as we could, yes.
There is no powers that could make someone else look as it was him.
That would be insanely vulgar and powerful.
But could it be done?
Anything could be done, but I do not think so. They both, like, this is happening at the same time, so your answers, yeah, questions will be answered.
I have been seeing flashes of a certain dead Toreador in places where I shouldn't have seen him.
That is strange indeed. This is Svensson. I have regretted my decision since the moment we made it. I was never comfortable with this sacrificing someone. It felt without honor. It felt shameful.
It always is. In the same way that sacrificing Dean is shameful. And that was made to look like it was Dean rendering these poor people. I think we have an absolute master of obfuscation.
I feel our sins is now finally catching up with us.
You think?
Well, it's full circle. He looks very old and very tired as he speaks.
I fear it's only the beginning.
Perhaps. I don't think
it will end until you confess your sins.
Well, you've heard my confession, child. There was no honor in it. And I have spent my life ever since trying to be better.
And the prince is the third one.
Diana.
And you.
Montgomery. And me.
And the Dark Duke.
And the Dark Duke.
I think you need to run.
He looks shameful. My deeds killed Dean, and I fear my presence here will kill you.
Well, I already have a bullseye on my forehead.
I'll do the shameful retreat. They broke me. We broke us.
You broke them.
True.
And you might have broken the whole city.
I know. I give no good counsel. I am not in a position to tell any Canaanite now how to live their life and save this city. My sin is too grave and it's cost too much. And I hope my tale will be a cautionary one. Do not betray the ones you love.
I rise.
He looks broken. Absolutely broken. It's very sad.
You need to leave. You can't go back to the family. You can't go back to the clan.
I know this.
You can't go back to the city.
I know this.
Because I will have to carry your confession.
I know this. I'll be like the old timber wolf, run away from the pack, and I will fend for myself and see if I find the old country. And if not, I hope I get a clean death.
I hope so too.
Keep my confession. Be better. Do better than what we did. Maybe you can reclaim an honor. Because I have none.
I hope I can.
He gets up, he taps your shoulder. It's sad, but also you know he has to leave. Nothing on his back. Be strong. Go with honor. Save the city. So. Gently lets go of his shoulder and you feel he moves away into the woods. Cutscening into the greenhouse with Diana. You speak of things I do not know. The last person to see the Dark Duke was the Wild Rose.
Who is that?
The Black Duke's love.
Favor of flowers in her hair and white dresses, perhaps?
Such a beauty. Such a kind thing. We hoped that her presence would heal the wickedness in the Black Duke. Perhaps it did. He became a paragon of right and wrong when she left.
When you say left, what do you mean? Because I'm sure she hasn't left.
She looks away. She left. Dearest, she left. Whatever the Dark Duke told her when she was going to give him counsel before his sentencing, she was not seen again. She left.
And yet she is the link between two.
She leans back on the divan. I've confessed to treason and death and betraying the ones I've loved. I need to leave the city, child. Everything's packed.
You sure that's...
It is time. Montgomery is ready to destroy this city as before. Its history repeating itself.
The Mad Prince.
Yet again, we have a mad prince, child. And I couldn't save the city last time. I think I just postponed the horror. And I will leave. And I leave you with my love and my legacy.
I would have expected more from you. I'm sorry, but I really would.
And I'm sorry to disappoint, child.
We need strong leaders right now. We don't need you to run away from it.
She cups your cheeks. I'm an antique that barely can remember these days from one day to the other. I hear the calling of the old. If this was a month from now or a day from now, it's of no significance to me anymore. The death of Aiden hasn't quickened the calling. And perhaps I might see him soon.
He did the Dark Duke's bidding. That's why he had to die. He was the one that framed Dean.
Then the Dark Duke has more aces up its sleeve, doesn't he?
Do you have any memorabilia from that time? Anything?
My house is covered in them. I live in a mausoleum of the old.
Because if you are leaving, I must be the one to take up that fight. I don't expect Alexander to care about necessarily the truth of what happened, but I cannot leave it be. And I wouldn't expect you to either.
I'll give you tomorrow night. I will be there and bless your opening. But then I will leave. Ask of me no more. I am tired, sweet grandchild.
If that's what you wish, then of course.
Don't repeat our mistake.
What, vengeance?
Trust love instead. Hurt only begottens more hurt. Pain gives only pain.
My entire existence into this life is based on that. Betrayal, blood, sacrifice.
Then show us that there's a different way.
I'm not
We
sure I
failed.
can do that.
We failed. She looks broken, sad. You see a blood tear dripping. She said, almost biting her lips, saying, we failed. We failed so badly. I hope in time you will understand me when you've spent some decades.
Perhaps. I have nothing more to say. There is nothing I can say, because you made up your mind.
Our sins has caught up with us, my dearest. The piper calls. We all have to pay.
So be it.
The birds squeak and caw, nervous in the room. Not liking the mistress, so tired and full of sorrow. She leans back and she just shuts her eyes, and almost like she's lost in herself. She looks perfectly antique and dead. And you're very aware she's very old. And very tired.
I'll give her a soft peck on the cheek and then I'll leave.
And that, my dear beauty, is the end of this episode. A little bit longer one, but I needed doing. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, again, a lot of information.
I should have brought a steak.
Can you eat?
Not that kind of steak.
Oh! I was like, big piece of meat, of course. A dog in the woods. No.
They did a very bad thing.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They completely disregarded their prime directive in any power move. Never let anyone alive that can exact vengeance. We Italians understand this. It's the reason why you kill the whole family.
Yeah.
British, we understand that as well.
Kill them all.
Leave no one to exact vengeance.
Let God sort them out.
Hey, there's a reason why vendettas work.
Vendetta. Alright, we're going to leave it there. And again, thank you all for the comments, the likes, and the follows. It just warms a very sadistic GM's heart.
Evil.
Evil. And thanks to my players, you make this the bestest day of the week.
Yeah, and if you have some theories about the Dark Duck, I mean, in the Dark Duke, please.
What is going on? I think I've given them plenty of information. They should figure it out.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I think yes, and also no. You're crazy.
Yes. On that note, stay safe, take care of one another, and don't backstab your friends. I'm just saying. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.